And when I learned English, I felt like my life just turned over a new leaf,
Well,
and I started learning English more. It's really natural. It comes to me like a plane coming to an airport.
yeah. Well, it's just like video games that you like. You get good at them.
Yeah, you get good at them because it's fun.
Yeah, you're interested. Hello, Mr. Gappy.
Oh,
How you doing today?
I'm doing great, like the usual.
Ah, that's good. It's good to be good-natured and happy every day. I like waking up with a smile on my face.
I just don't wake up in the morning.
You don't wake up in the morning. What do you do? Sleep till the
Well,
afternoon?
actually, in the summer, I rarely sleep because usually the heat. Our family has like a weak air conditioner, so I usually sleep at 2 a.m.
Mm. It's getting really hot here in Da Nang too. The last few days has been whew, quite hot.
Yeah,
Quite hot.
yeah. Also in the north as well. It's really hard. It's really hard.
Getting some hot weather up there too. Summer's just around. Well, it's around the corner. It's pretty much here. We're in June now, so yeah, right. So how did you do on your tests?
My test. Oh,
Mm.
I'm only in grade 9. I'm only on the 8th grade.
That's right.
I'm
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's right. You didn't do your entrance tests yet. That's next year. That's next year. You're ahead of everybody.
Yeah. And they have
Kind of.
moved on different schools while I'm still stuck on my school. Stuck in my school.
Yeah, you got one more year to do there. No, I mean in English you're a year ahead of them, but in school they're a year ahead of you.
Of course.
Yeah, that's just age. Very well, very well. All right, but you started your summer holiday already.
Yeah, I already started my summer holiday.
Okay, good show. All right, so we're gonna do our last interest 40 test. Are you
Mhm.
ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I studied my whole night for this.
The whole night. Oh my God, you must be sleepy, or you slept all day.
Um,
Well, we still have the advanced studies that will start up in a couple of weeks, but we'll talk about that later. All right, so let's go to part one. All right, so part one, social interaction. Topic one, teachers. Are parents the best teachers?
yeah, parents are the best teachers because they can give you a lot of advices in the future and also teach you a lot of things that you need in your future, like communicating and studying,
To help with decisions with
and also
studying and
life skills as well.
life skills. Yeah, they've got a generation of experience to offer you. That's true. All right. So, whether it's a parent or whether it's a teacher at school or whatever it is, what makes a great teacher in your opinion?
Well, in my opinion, I feel like a great teacher should have good qualities and also know how to teach their students, like the way of how their of ways of like teaching, studying, also ways of communicating, and also a lot of studying as well. And I think that those teachers can know how to teach students well.
How do you think
Right?
they? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. 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 I'm done.
How do you? What do you think they could do in the classrooms to make it more interesting?
Well, they can try to make some like little mini games for the students so they can group up their information that they had studied so into like a game so they can memorize more information of that lesson.
Oh, okay, try to make it a little
Interesting.
more interesting. I agree. I agree. A lot of the classes that I had when I was a kid, the teachers were just so boring and so strict and never smiled and just had no personality.
Yeah. And I wish our education would be like that. Just like Elon Musk said.
What did he say?
Yeah. He said that our education is absolute garbage because yeah, because like it's trapping students in books and also papers that I think that they think that it's really useless.
I'm a big advocate campaigner for educational reform. That's hopefully when I start blogging, that's my topic is going to be about. My research is going to be about education around the world and how it needs to be reformed in the modern age, the modern day. So I'm looking forward to that task. Number 3, do you believe the statement, there is no such thing as a bad student, only a bad teacher?
Yes, I do believe the statement that you just said, because it is as detrimental as saying the student is bad as saying the teacher is bad, because they are both humans that can adapt the same things, and also they can also learn the difficult things and also the hard and also the easy things. So if the student is struggling while the teacher is very strict or very ignorant, and I feel like it's all the teacher's fault because they couldn't teach the student.
Okay. Yes, a lot of people do believe that. What about this situation? And what I want to get at here is who do you think is where do you think the problem is when you have a student that comes to school and just is not interested in anything, wants to be disruptive and wants to distract other students in the class?
Well,
where do you think the problem lies with that student?
I feel like the students is being disruptive or being ignorant of the class teacher is because it might be on the teacher's fault that he or she isn't interesting enough for him to study, or he is bored of it because the teacher does not have good qualities to teach him. But I'm not being biased.
Yeah, but I mean, like if it's all the classes, he doesn't like going to school at all.
Yeah, then it would be his fault for being very carefree for accudation.
What accudation?
Oh, no, sorry.
It's okay. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Accudation. I'm not sure what word you're trying to say there.
Oh, it's like accudation. Oh, never mind. Let's ignore it.
I'll put it in the chat box after so I can make the correction in the video.
No, it's accudation.
Degradation. Look it up. What is it? You're talking about education?
Accudation. Yeah.
Education.
Oh, sorry.
Accudation. Education.
Sorry. I mixed letters together.
The C and the D. Okay.
Yeah. I mixed the letters together.
Education. Oh, it's okay.
Education, yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. Well, just to add to that, I think sometimes it could also be the home life, right? Because we just said in question 1 that parents make the best teachers. But in a situation, and this is one of the things I think needs to be part of school curriculum, is that parenting and family planning should be a course mandatory for all kids. Because I have a feeling a lot of those kids that have such a hard time and don't like school and are causing problems comes from home. Problems at home. And then that's their way of taking it out or trying to get attention or something else. So I think the parents play a big role in the development of a child being able to go to school and educate themselves properly as well.
Yeah.
in many situations, there's more than one reason that causes something to happen. Yeah. Sometimes you got to look really deep. Okay, let's move on. Topic 2. Topic 2, social media. Do you think social media hurts or damages communication among friends and family? Now, I mean, kind of comparing the physical social interaction as opposed to staying at home all the time and just chatting online all the time. Like, not about overseas. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Yeah, I do think social media is currently damaging and hurting the connection between us and you guys, families and also friends, because all you do is spend more time on social media, texting, and also interacting on the social world, instead of actually talking to your friends and family, which cuts the connection between them. And also, people now have smartphones, so they don't really have to go meet face to face anymore. It's, well, yeah.
Days of the pager. Yeah, they tend. Some studies are showing that a lot of kids are growing up now lacking social skills because they're not interacting enough with people physically, as opposed to just texting and chatting online all the time.
Yeah.
Because that's part of your development. You know, this COVID has hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
Some information is now coming in, and there's been a lot of mental illnesses because of this. And a lot of kids are having a really hard time.
And people are getting attached to their mobile phones and also all of their devices because it's too convenient. It's too convenient. Yeah.
Make you lazy. Yeah. So I guess that kind of falls into, is social media addictive?
Well, social media is very addictive because it's a world that you can interact with other people around the world, and it never gets boring. And I think that it is becoming a huge problem. Yeah, but I think that social media is very addictive and extremely dangerous to teenagers.
Absolutely. Especially teenage girls, from what I understand. Yeah, it releases a lot of dopamines every time you get those little bells. And yeah.
And also when people like your pictures or heart. And yeah.
It is. Yeah. I really want to see the government's, what do they call that?
Moderators or administrators.
Yeah, they gotta put some laws in place here to protect the kids and on social media, because it's hurting a lot of people. It is. There's a lot of good things from it, but there's a lot of bad things too, for sure. What devices? What advice would you give a friend addicted to social media?
I feel like that he should use less of that social media and also should concentrate on other things like his hobby or other physical activities instead, because social media, once attached, they cannot be disconnected. And I think that, and
So
and also
watching time and trying to find other hobbies. Yeah. Okay.
Watching and other habits, and I also tell him to and also try to disconnect and not trust people on the social media, because people are so dishonest on it, are very dishonest.
It's very easy to lie on social media, that's for sure, and fake fronts. And yeah, like Elon Musk said, everybody's beautiful and has the perfect life on Twitter. And not true. All fake appearances. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Baccaroni there said. He said that the first thing he said was delete a lot of the social medias, just narrow it down to one for communication, but you don't need to have all of them. I thought that was some good advice too. All right. Let's move on.
Now we come to the hard parts.
Part 2, solution discussion. I'm going to give you a situation. Your best friend's romantic other is being dishonest, and you know the truth. What would you do in this situation? Explain your choice. 3 choices are suggested. 1, you would tell your friend what has been happening behind his or her back. 2, you would choose it's none of my business and say nothing. Or 3, you would confront the dishonest person in question and warn them of their actions. I'm going to give you 1 minute to prepare your answers, starting now. All right, your time is up. Mr. Gappy, what is your choice?
All right. Well, I'm not totally a romance type guy, but to be honest, I'll tell him the whole truth, tell my best friend the whole truth about his girlfriend cheating on him. Well, firstly, because honesty is very important, and you know me that I'm a very honest person. Though there will be a lot of quarrel between them and also a lot of fighting and arguments, I feel like the best way to deal with this type of situation is to is to um, is to fi- is to eliminate cut the connection between the person who's being dishonest, because if she keeps being dishonest, then it will create a lot of harder things for us to resolve in the future. And
Yeah.
also it you can find him, and I can also find my best friend another one being more honest and much more better.
Oh, so
Well, and
you'll find him a new girlfriend.
yeah, yeah. I'll help my best friend as much as I can, because he might get depressed after the breakup or something.
Well, it
And
is. Yeah. It's emotional.
yeah,
So there's no such thing as a fun breakup, I guess. Yeah.
he can get really emotional. All right.
But why not the
And
other two? Yeah. Why not the other two?
yeah, the reason that I didn't pick to not do anything and do not get interfered with them, because like I said, if we don't do anything or just leave it there, then the situation will get tougher and tougher. The girlfriend will cheat more and more, and my best friend will keep on loving her, thinking that she's type of angel, and he will continue being naive. Then that situation will be much harder, and he can be attached again in getting worse, and he can be attached to her, and also she can hate her in some reason. And if I tell, and also the third choice, that if I told his girlfriend that to stop this action, then she would make it more secretive, that I may not be able to check on her anymore, and to also observe her actions type of that, which will make her which will make her cheat more, and also two of us will not be able to check on her.
Well, it's not about checking on her. It's about just warning her that if she doesn't stop, you're going to tell your friend what
Yeah,
you know, right?
that way she would do it more secretively.
Okay. She could do it more secretly. Yeah. Or she could tell you to go climb a tree.
I think the
and
best
mind your own business.
and I feel like the best way is just cut to the chase and get it on.
I agree. I mean, it depends how well I know the other person, but I think the best is probably just talk to your friend about it. Yeah. 'Cause it's only going to get worse if it's happening. Yeah.
or he
Okay.
can just ditch me because I hurt his feelings. Yeah.
Well, he might be upset with you for telling him too. Who knows? Yeah, it's a tough situation. It's a tough situation. All right, let's move on to part 3. Okay, topics or part 3, topic development. Now, this one's a little different. I'm not giving you a statement. I'm giving you a topic to develop in form of a question this time. So the topic is going to be discuss the topic, if only I knew. So if you knew what you know today, 5 years ago or 3 or 4 years ago, what changes would you have made in your life? Now, as guided in the outline below, the little mind map here that we provide, you could use examples such as education, social, health, or you can just use your own ideas to formulate your development, your topic here. All right. I'm going to give you a minute and we will start. Starting now. All right. Your time is up, Mr. Gappy. What do you think?
All right.
To change, if anything.
Now, if I were to time travel and tell to myself to change some things when I was only 8 years old, these are the things that I would have done. Firstly, I would have eaten more healthy stuff and also do more childish activities like running around and also jump roping and type of that. Because I should like be more exercise more and also know how to regulate my diet as well, and also I should stop eating carbs and also low on sugar more, and then social, I would made more friends and also within my elementary school, and all to build up relationships between each of other of my friends, and also to get more helps and get more bonded with each other. And also, if I was like only eight, I would start learning English more frequently, because I know that English is very important in the future. So I would have started learning about IELTS, and also learned about I would immediately start learning about IELTS and also new vocabularies and as well as grammar.
Well, IELTS is just a technique. It's not a topic. It's just techniques.
Yeah.
Like these tests, right? There's different formats on how to do it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but those are the things I would have done, to be honest. That I would try out
things that what? I would try out things. Say again.
I would try out new things that I could have done that I cannot do it right now.
Like what?
Well, for example, maybe go on a children type of roller coaster, or enjoy visiting children's amusement park as well.
Okay, so definitely more active and more playful.
Yeah, definitely be more active, playful, and also be more mature instead of being myself, type of that.
Wow, that's okay. So we improve little by little all the time. We're doing the same thing right now.
Yeah.
All right. No, it's good. I mean, health is always something, but it's something you can change now. So in 5 years from now, you don't repeat yourself.
I mean, I would mostly just focus on education and health as well.
Health is a big one. Not much point having a good education or making lots of money and having a beautiful family if you don't have any health to enjoy it. Health is the most important. Okay, a couple of extra questions here. Now, you've just become a teenager.
Mm.
Do you feel any different now that you are a teenager compared to when you were 9, 10, 11 years old?
Yeah, if I have become like a teenager now, I think that there will be a lot of differences when I was like 8 or 9. I think I would have um studied a lot of mathematics and also English and all
No,
type.
but no. The question is about how do you feel? What's the best, or sorry, how do you feel? What's different about being a teenager now as opposed to a couple of years ago? Like, is there anything different in your life now because you're a teenager?
Um, I, I think that I would we that I would feel a lot of pride of myself or
No,
proud of
would
myself.
means the past. So it's not about
Yeah,
would, it's about now.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think I think that I have accomplished a lot of things when I now that I have become a teenager, and I think that it's a thing to enjoy the most
What's the
because I
best?
have
What's the
the
best
best
thing? Keep going.
maybe
Go ahead.
maybe the accomplishments that I have made during my English practices with you, and also a lot of rewards that have come through English with that. So I am very proud of myself that I have learned English. I feel very different. So.
Is there anything? How do I say? What's the best thing about being a teenager right now? What's the best thing right now? What has changed?
Well, the best
Anything?
thing
I mean, maybe nothing has changed.
Well, the best thing to enjoy when I have become a teenager or you becoming a teenager is that you prioritize everything that is yours. You can act up and mature a lot within those stages of your life, and also you can now be much more precise and also much more intelligent um during those time of years. And yeah.
All right. I'm not going to bother with the second one because you're not going. Well, no, so what do you think would be the best thing about going to high school? Okay. I'll ask it. If it's good, I'll put it in. If not, we can just delete it. What do you think will be the best thing about going to high school?
Now, if it's the next year and I'm 14, I'm going to the high school. Um, I feel like the best thing that I can now meet new faces, new teachers, and also in the new facility. But like the most important thing that I get to learn more stuff and also get to expand my knowledge more.
So the environment overall, yeah.
Environment overall and
Spirit,
also knowledge and also yeah.
experience.
Spirits.
Okay. Well, you haven't finished your junior high yet, basically 7, 8, 9. You still got 9 to do. But so
Yeah.
far you've done 7 and 8. So
6 and 7 and 8.
yeah. So now that you have finished those grades,
Mhm.
what do you think could change? What do you think could be changed or improved for the next kids coming up? How could they improve it? How could it be better for kids in the future?
Well, I feel like if like I have an example, my cousin from the fifth grade, she's going to the sixth grade. I gave her some advices like this. Um, I think that you should stop watching too many stuff on the internet and actually just start learning stuff because middle school is very tough and also very new for the newcomers as the primary students as type of it like that. And education and tests will be very much different, so that it will be a new experience and they may struggle on it. So I will tell her that in the summer um, immediately to stop using the internet and start learning and start studying for yourself.
Focus more on your studies.
Yeah, focus more.
I think pretty much all parents say that, don't they?
Yeah. I think I'm becoming my mom.
No, I'm just thinking, it's the same. It's the same thing my grandparents told me at that age, and it's the same thing my parents told me. Both sides, focus more on your studies. Yeah, it's true. Okay, very good, buddy. We're all done.
All right.
Until we start the advanced studies again, that'll be a couple of weeks. I'm going to try to organize it a bit.
I really can't believe how times have passed. When I was like what interest did I start the first time?
Well, you didn't start at interest one. You would have started at a higher level, I'm sure, but I don't remember. Because, I mean, like I said, when you started, you're 14 now, 13 now. So, and I've been here for 8 years, and we rebuilt, so 7 years. So I probably started right around the time you started, probably pretty close.
Yeah. One thing that I'm really curious about, how did I go from kids and then immediately the staff took me to a new level, like a completely new level type of that. It's just kids. You all learn about alphabets and also new vocabs.
Well, it depends on how fast you absorb the information. If you start getting too strong for the group, then that's when we have to move you to a higher group. Because if you're the smartest kid in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
You got to be challenged.
Yeah, I should be moved to another place.
Yeah, because you did that in interest. And that because interest didn't exist when I first got to New Way and when you first got to New Way.
Yeah.
Back then we had basics. I think you were in basics for a while.
Yeah. I was in basics, and then I went down to OLC, in which I didn't know about anything.
OLC, yeah, that was individually designed for students. That way, it was not class. It was so one by one.
Yeah.
And interest didn't start until maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then you and Buck both made a big jump, remember? Because you guys were in, I think, in the teens, and then you jumped like almost 10 levels up. Yeah,
we studied with each other when I was like only 10. Yeah, like about 10. Yeah, I was only 10 years old when I met Buck.
Yeah, so you both did not have to do the full 8 years to get to interest 40. Some students, it takes that long, but some students can do it in 4 or 5 years. It depends. It depends on the student. It depends on how interested they are. Depends on how fast they learn. And
yeah, I still have no idea why I could like get so much information so easily. I really don't know. Like usually my friends always ask me about, hey, why can you speak English so fluently, or like how can you remember all grammar, or how can you remember all words? I just simply said, I have no idea.
Well, that's it.
Yeah,
it's exactly what it is, because you just do it naturally, right? Because you like learning English. So you're constantly watching English. You're constantly speaking English. You do lots of English programs, English classes. We talk about global topics.
Yeah.
So you're constantly feeding your brain. You're young, and you're like a sponge. You're just absorbing. But if you don't like it, you reject it. And then I don't know how to do it.
You squeeze yourself.
But if you're interested, it sticks. It sticks to you. Yeah, you absorb it. Yeah, that's exactly why. So it's hard. It's not that it's hard to explain how you know all this or why you know it. It's easy to explain it because I'm interested.
It's natural.
Yeah. Like, what subject is your worst subject at school?
Literature, because I'm not interested in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If it's boring and you don't like the teacher, chances are you're not going to score that well. Chances are you're not going to remember that much.
And chances are I'm not going to work for a job that involves doing that type of thing.
That's possible too. Yeah, that's tough because that's when you have to try to find ways to make it interesting to keep up with what you need to know. It's very difficult, not easy to do at all.
I usually just imagine it was if it was English and then just translate into it Vietnamese.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, and that's another way of it's all practice, right? You know,
Yeah.
you have a knack for entertaining and being social. You know, you're a very sociable kid.
Yeah, I when I haven't learned English, I was like a very boring guy. I was like very boring kid. I was like really bored.
Not boring, bored.
Yeah, I was such a boring kid, and I was like really bored back then. And when I learned English, I felt like my life just turned over a new leaf,
Well,
and I started learning English more. It's really natural. It comes to me like a plane coming to an airport.
yeah. Well, it's just like video games that you like. You get good at them.
Yeah, you get good at them because it's fun.
Yeah, you're interested. All right, I'm gonna have another test here. Jack's
Yeah.
waiting.
Yeah,
But I will give you a little advice, even though you're not asking for it. But I just want to finish what I was saying about you being sociable. You have a very outgoing personality, and I think one of the best things for you to help develop your social skills is to try to continue to get involved in groups and participate. You know, try to be around people as often as possible and as sociable as possible. Because I really think that I think you have a knack for it. You have a natural talent in that, and you're very sociable. And I highly recommend you continue it. Join all kinds of groups and organizations and clubs and keep it going. It'll just grow from there.
I mean, I have a lot of social medias in which I talk with a lot of people, which I don't know, but they seem friendly. If they seem interesting for me to talk with them, then I'm going to talk with them.
Well, if they're talking to you and they're interested, it means they like you.
But that's how life rolls.
Absolutely. That's the way we roll. All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon when we get the advanced study started again. See you soon.
I'm going to see you soon.
Bye-bye.
It's been great days.
That's awesome.